What is up, everybody? Welcome to the InnerCityGeeks podcast. It's Steve here, and this is episode 231. Yes, that's right. And joining me today, I got Brian.
Hey.
And I got Franny.
Hi.
Yeah, and possibly Alex a little bit later. I don't know. Maybe not.
We just need like a Alex Fret soundboard, like from old school E-Bombs world.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like hit random
I
buttons.
just like hit random phrases throughout the podcast.
You know, like like especially like his catchphrase at the end. Until next time, folks. You know, just,
yeah, basically.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's a good one. It's a very
Alex
notable thing. Yeah, Alex.
We should, yes.
Yeah. Alex possibly here. Yeah. Yeah. So what's going on, guys? It's been a little bit. Brian, what's good, dude?
It's been a whole week. Look, I'm back.
I know. It's been such a long time.
You know, just living this quarantine life.
Yay, quar.
Yay.
Yay.
So, you know, things are all right. Just trying to stay sane during quarantine.
How is that going? Because I struggle daily.
I'm kind of. I don't know what else
alive.
to do.
He's alive. That's the answer.
Alive. Like,
do you stare endlessly into the dark abyss?
So, like, as I plugged it last week with the idea I have for the bad movie, YouTube and podcast, I've just been watching bad movies, and I'm home. I might as well do the research.
Yeah, might as well.
Like I watched one yesterday. Watch a
bad movie like 8 times just to take notes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you guys remember Sudden Death with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Oh yeah.
But he was like you're young. He was like, so basically JCVD was like on coke this whole movie, but like every
I heard
movie.
that was the thing he did in like all movies though, because I heard the same thing for Street Fighter. They just so cooked up he doesn't remember filming it.
Pretty much.
Makes so much sense.
Impressive.
Van Damme was a fire marshal or something like that in it happened to be like the big game for hockey, and Powers Booth, the late great Powers Booth, was the villain in that movie. Basically Powers Booth has the arena set up to explode, and you know, shit goes on throughout the movie, fighting, and cocaine, and
it's like the Itchy and Scratchy show.
Yeah, basically. And so with that,
I think they do cocaine too, right?
So with that movie, you know, it of course ends where you think that like it's gonna end here, but then it's like, no, they score a goal and it's sudden death. Hence the title, and
then
you know now there's more
like
stuff.
Randomly, all of a sudden, it's sudden death. Like just
more plays out. More plays out. I want to say didn't
the bad guy fall from like the rafters or something?
And got and it was the chief from Bad Boys.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to see this. This sounds.
You really
fun.
should, but then you're gonna have to. But the reason why I bring this up is you're gonna have
cocaine.
You might have to. It is 2020. But the reason why I bring this. It is 2020. So the reason why I bring up this movie is because did you guys know? Well, I don't know if Steve knows. Franny, you clearly had no idea that sudden death existed in the first place. Michael J. White.
Sorry.
Michael J. White
on Nighthawk with Stallone. I'm pretty late with all.
You're pretty late in the game.
I'm mad late.
But Michael J. White, who has had a career resurgence even though he's always played like a minor character.
Mm-hmm.
He returns he doesn't return because it's his first time around, but they penned a script called Welcome to Sudden Death, which came out this year and which explains a lot because it's 2020. He is a military veteran who was tortured during one of his operations in the Mideast. Comes back.
And he's watching the original movie.
It would have been better.
Because that one was made on cocaine. This was made through fitness and soberness. It's awful, I bet. Awful.
So this movie, it came out this year. He is a military vet. Like I said, Mideast operation. He was tortured. He's now back home. He's married with 2 kids, a son and a daughter. And he's starting out. It's his first day on the job at a basketball game. That's like the season opener, and it's supposed to be huge, right? And pretty much copy for copy, Sudden Death is now Welcome to Sudden Death, and it was campy as fuck. It was like it made the first one look like less cocaine was used during the making of this movie. It was just bad. So that might get reviewed. I started watching American Assassin with Dylan Baker from like what the fuck?
A few years ago.
The Maze Runner.
Michael Keaton.
He's in it. Yeah, I started it. I'm having a hard. I want to finish it, but I'm like,
The only I've seen it multiple times. Funny. I actually feel like I'm part of this conversation of dude movie talk. Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Up top.
I actually like the ending, and it's because guess why? Guess why I like the ending?
Because everybody dies.
Michael Keaton takes over. It's no longer about them, the youngin who's obsessed with revenge for his girlfriend dying on the beach. Spoiler alert. It ends up being, of course, they can't get their shit together, and Michael Keaton ends up getting involved, even though he's not supposed to, gets kidnapped, and from that point on, Brian, it becomes fun.
Okay.
But the whole rest of the movie, is literally just like, but I've seen it like multiple times, because like you guys know, I like to torture myself with bad movies. So if you watch somebody on that one, I'm already prepared.
I watched a movie called Hangman with Al Pacino and Carl Urban.
I've seen that one. I enjoyed that one.
That was actually okay. That's not gonna get killed on my upcoming channel, but
I saw that one. It was pretty cool. I saw it twice. I actually forgot that I watched it, and then started watching it again and realized halfway through that I saw it already.
Well, I know, Steve, you're not on Facebook really anymore, but Fran, I don't know if you saw my post yesterday. I was like,
I saw one about wear masks. That one.
Oh no, it's about I was like, Idris Elba's in this, so it must be good. Also me. He also starred in Cats, so
yeah.
And I was like, quarantine. So this movie was called The Take. He's like a CIA agent, and like Richard Madden from Bodyguard. And he also played in Rocket Man as Elton John's first love.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a great actor. Yeah, great actor. But
shit movie.
Yeah. Oh my God, the movie started out okay, and then like the last half hour, I was like, "Fuck, this movie's still on." I don't like. Oh my God! I killed Steve. You bastard! Like,
oh my God! I feel the same way when I watch Hereditary. I've been trying to review that movie, and it hurts.
Like Steve gave us that choke look, like he was so depressed because he really wanted to watch that movie and hope it was good. He's gonna go.
I did just for 1 second. Yeah.
He's about to go. Yeah.
No,
so
don't do that.
I remember Babyface Steve.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago. Well, I mean, shit, we go back to 2012.
I can picture.
And technically, it wasn't Babyface Steve. I still had like a bit of a goatee, and like
You had as much hair as you had about as much hair as puberty at that time was allowing to connect.
Right. Yeah. I had like your face when we met.
Yeah, like honestly, this didn't connect to like even like the sideburns until like last year, and I'm 40. Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's like, oh great, now you're coming in. Oh, and you're all gray.
You're all grown up now.
Yeah, I'm all grown up.
Oh my God.
So
man
I happen to be
problems.
wearing,
Poor man.
So, I happen to be sporting a T-shirt today that is actually purchased out in Cancun.
In Mexico.
Sign of a better time. That trip was fun. But that's about it. I mean, I've just been watching shitty movies to like try to get research going for this thing. And Fran, I have this idea that's coming up, and I'm gonna want you as a guest host. It's called We Watched It So You Won't Have to, and we're only reviewing bad films. The idea hit me. The idea hit me when I was watching John Henry with Terry Crews and Ludacris, who they both just clearly wanted money. The movie was so bad. It came out this year, also explains a lot. The movie was so bad, to kill didn't help. Okay? And aside from that, there was also Act of Violence with Bruce Willis, starring Bruce Willis. He's in the movie for like 10 fucking minutes, and he doesn't connect to the main plot point until like the middle of the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
I watched
I'm
that.
totally down for that.
Well, what'd you say, Steve? You watched that one?
Yeah, we spoke about that one last week.
Oh, right,
that was a fun one.
It was like, what the fuck?
Totally,
it's like
totally down.
It's like you took, like, here, we'll use this, all right? You took the script and you put it through a paper shredder, and it did its paper shredder thing. Then you taped it back and threw it into a fucking blender, and it still didn't help.
And then you spilled coffee on it, and you were like, "Here, read it."
And it was, and not to be insensitive, but it was written by a blind guy too. You know, I don't know. Yeah. But it should have been.
Blind, deaf, and dumb.
Right? And wow, Donald Trump. Wow.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Don't insult people who are blind. Brian.
So, anyway, in a nutshell, that's what I've been up to.
I'm down, Brian. That sounds great.
It's gonna be probably not till next year, because again, with this situation and also work with the holidays, probably 2021. I'm gonna be the Steve in the podcast. My wife is gonna be my co-person, and then I'm trying to be
and then you have the children and spectators. They're the live audience. They're the live
audience.
Like Phil and Lil, just
pretty much. And then a longtime friend of mine, my friend John, who Steve met at my wedding 2 years ago. He's going to be our other host, because the three of us, with our film knowledge, all bounce off each other really well. So,
fucking A. Hell yeah.
I mean, clearly one of the movies we're going to review is Zombie 90.
Yes.
I mean,
I haven't seen that in a very long time.
It's like nothing like getting decapitated, but the blood pours down, doesn't go up.
Yep. That's fancy shit right there.
Yeah, you know. So
That's thinking outside the box.
yeah, exactly.
Way
And
outside.
someone wants to say hello.
Kitty.
In my head.
Hello, Fee.
My headphones died.
Oh,
Yay.
Yay.
yay!
Deaf the headphones.
Hi, Fifi. This is Fiona. Say hi.
Hi, Fiona. I'll be right back. I need a refill.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So, what have you been up to? I guess we go to Freddie next.
Yeah, basically, we go to Freddie after me. We recorded late last week. We recorded on Sunday, but we still put up the episode on Monday. But as far as what I've been doing since then, it's still been with the children all week until today, pretty much. And then I got to watch a couple things. I finally finished Cobra Kai.
What'd you think?
And holy shit, that shit is fucking good.
That fucking ending, right?
Dude, that ending for Cobra Kai is fucking insane. I was like, what the fuck? Like, of course, I saw the trailer for season 3 before I saw season 2. Before I even saw the entire thing in general. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know what the fuck is happening. And then actually watching it and seeing what the fuck went down and how the character developed and how he was like the best part of the fucking show.
You see how Robbie became the Johnny, but Miguel, they started out as the opposites, but then they went this way.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's very, 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 very well done.
Like, I love in what was it, season 1, where Miguel hooks up with Samantha.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, LaRusso? Like, oh, you're dating LaRusso?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like Johnny not figuring out technology, how like we've evolved since 1985.
Yeah.
And it's like the same Firebird, or no, was it Firebird?
Yeah.
Or Corvette.
The Corvette.
The Corvette.
So
right. So that same car peeling, like the top coat's now like peeling apart. Him not having a phone, him searching the interwebs, and it was like
him not really having a TV, him just living at home.
It's like
drinking.
Hot babes. Like that's all.
Yes. Yeah. How do you just Google hot babes? That was fucking hilarious, dude.
But yeah, like him installing a TV.
Him trying to do a Tinder profile. So fucking hilarious.
Oh, Cobra Kai is so good. See, I watched. You gotta watch this. Like I watched Cobra Kai, April last year, when
Yes, we talked all about it when it was
like I watched the
YouTube,
first season in the hotel room when Megan and I were up in Syracuse seeing her dad, and like she had crashed. I didn't care, what you get a hotel room with like channels to watch, and a lot of times like you don't care.
Yeah, you don't even get like real porn or anything.
Yeah, exactly. They make you pay for that. So anyway,
they make you pay for the good shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And Fiona is still like circling the table over here.
Go to a hotel to watch porn. I thought you go to a hotel to actually have sex.
Right?
Maybe make a.
Well, it's a what do you call it? It's an icebreaker.
Yeah. Anyway, so after she went to bed, I was like, well, I'm up because I'm a night owl anyway, and I was like, all right, screw it. I'm gonna check out this Cobra Kai thing on YouTube because I pay for YouTube because I have Google Music, and I want to say I watched the first 5 episodes just in one night, and then I finished the season the next night because it was that good.
Yeah.
And then
Yo.
And then season 2 aired on YouTube like 2 or 3 days after we got home.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I'm like, all right. And like I think I finished season 2 in like 2 days because it was that good.
It's that good.
And then we
Definitely worth the
rewatched
watch.
it. And then we rewatched it. Well, I rewatched it I don't know, a couple of months ago now, and when I was on paid family leave.
Mhm.
And Megan would watch 1 or 2 episodes like in between coming out of like The Office or whatever,
Mhm.
and then she kind of got into it. We restarted it again, but then she like stopped, and I'm sure she'll get back into it before.
What's
season
good
3.
about what I like about that show is the fact that it's like half an hour episodes, so you can
Yeah.
literally sit through the entire thing really quick. And
Yeah,
each season is like what 10 episodes long, so it's not like
about
crazy long anything. It's worth
And
it.
like
It's very worth it.
and like now that so I think I've told you this in the past. Like they were originally Netflix, but YouTube
Yeah. Mhm.
was it like, hey, we want it, and they
And
gave
they
more
bought it.
money.
Yep.
But then
And then
YouTube
Netflix bought
decided
it
to
back.
stop. Yeah. Well, because YouTube is basically like, hey, we don't want to do live shows or original
Well,
content
not
anymore.
only
So,
just that, like nobody really bought it other than you.
and honestly, if it stayed on YouTube, it probably would have ended after 1 more season.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But
And now they get
already
2 more seasons.
2 more seasons. I mean, if this goes for say 5 seasons, which is like traditional Netflix, I'm good.
And a movie.
Like Community.
The last Karate Kid.
I'm hoping down the line they kind of right. I mean, it's all about LaRusso, but everybody forgets that Hilary Swank was in one of those movies, and so like I'm kind of hoping that like maybe at some point they reference that. So who knows? But no, I'm glad you finally watched it. It's a really good.
It's fucking good ass show. Like, dude, it's definitely worth a watch. I think everybody should fucking watch it.
It's on my watch list. I was gonna watch it after finishing Schitt's Creek, but then my mom was like, "You have to watch this show with me," and it's 24, and I've never seen 24 with Keith Sutherland.
Oh my god!
Okay.
I watched it. I watched it once, but like one of the best series.
Oh my god! Yeah, like addicted. Me and my mom ended up watching it for hours, and like it'd be 6 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, "Holy shit, we started at 7 p.m."
Nice.
But I go watch it.
Oh yeah, I watched 24 when it was on Netflix, and I flew through it in like I want to say 3 weeks because you figure there's 24 episodes times 7 seasons. So
me and my mom are flying through it. We're already halfway through season 3. And holy shit, is it exciting?
I could just imagine the intensity in the house. You're like, when is this gonna end?
Oh my god!
When is he gonna use the bathroom in 24 hours?
It's so great. Me and my mom scream and yell and laugh and like, it's great. It makes me forget about the seriousness of life. You know, as of right now, I just think about Jack Bauer.
Mm-hmm. But I just think it's funny. I've never really watched it, but I've heard a lot of things basically saying like, when does he ever use the bathroom? Like it's 24 hours. You gotta at least pee for once.
That's what happens during the commercial break.
Right? When the clock is ticking.
But they should show him running.
Yeah, when the clock is ticking, he's running for a quick piss.
You know, like I hope he shakes because I heard dripping.
Okay, now my question is this: is there like a 6 to 8 hours thing that someone is actually sleeping? Like that the character is like, well, this hour is sleeping.
But girls, they get to go to the bathroom. We see them take bathroom breaks. It's like I know guys get to pee wherever they want. It's a lot more easier, but come on, give Jack Bauer a pee break. Let me see him walk to the men's room.
That's why they go, no, he's a star. You have to wait for the commercial breaks for him to go piss.
And
he just wears diapers all the time.
This is Quinn. Everybody say hi.
Hello, cat.
You are so beautiful.
I don't know if this
So,
is appropriate
Franny,
that Ryan's playing with pussy on the camera.
So, Franny, they're actually sisters. Believe it or not, we adopted in 2017.
Nice.
Like
Huh?
they were together in every photo. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna just adopt the two.
Oh.
That's good. I don't
And they-
believe in separating
And they still,
siblings and like
and
too
trust me,
close. You know?
they fight all the time in like that play mode where like they're hissing, but like they're like just being cool with each other. And it's
Yeah.
like, I couldn't separate that.
Like
Um,
bitch. No, you bitch. No, you bitch. And then they start attacking each other.
And then the
for
other
your
thing,
owner.
the other
Fight
thing
for
that-
your owner. Kitty gladiator.
pretty much.
Right?
other-
But he loves
the
me
other thing-
more. He loves me more.
Amuse me, cat.
And
So,
the other thing that I watched this week so far, I really hadn't really watched much else, but I watched a horror movie with my daughter, with Ariana, but it wasn't that
Which
good.
horror movie?
It's not really a horror movie. It's kind of well, she recommended it to me. She was like, "Oh, let's watch this movie or whatever." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." I found it on Amazon. It was like $2 or whatever. So I was like, "Fuck it, why not?" She wants to watch it. So I'm like, "Okay, fuck it, let's watch it." This is a movie
And the
called
name of that horror movie was
Megan is missing.
Missing.
Megan is missing.
What was that? I've heard things on the interwebs about it being like scary.
wait. I'm sorry. My wife's downstairs.
Yeah, no. That's the name of the movie, and Megan is
Well,
missing.
not now. The movie begins.
Is she downstairs now? Now I gotta check.
Yeah, it's an interesting
Brian,
movie.
the
It's,
protagonist.
yeah, it's one of those movies that you're just like, this actually, it's completely fictional, but it's something that could actually happen. It's with this like it's a teen movie or whatever. Of course, you know, this teenage girl or whatever. She winds up fucking she
Missing?
meets this dude online, and she pretty much winds up missing or whatever. And one of her best friends, she basically is like, oh, I want to figure out what the fuck is going on. She's like, oh yeah, I know this dude that she was talking to online, and then it just goes awry. But you don't really see anything really happening throughout the entire thing. Like there's a lot of you know, like, oh, I wonder what happened. Where did everything go? What happened or whatever. And we kind of see a little bit of, you know, what happened to Megan or whatever in the movie. But at that point, you're just like, okay, for that to happen to a 14-year-old is really fucked up. And then her friend I guess spoilers or whatever. I don't know if anybody wants to watch it, but her other friend gets kidnapped too, and then she's basically like, it puts the lotion on its skin in a dark ass room, and she winds up getting buried with the other girl in a barrel in the middle of the woods.
Oh, they end up together.
Yeah, but the other girl is chopped in pieces.
That's so
Oh.
relating.
So she's spreading her love.
Yeah. It's a very, very, very weird movie. Of course, this movie was done in 2011 with found footage, quote unquote,
Was it
found
big?
footage.
Oh, I hate
Yeah,
that shit so much.
I was assuming that's what you're talking about when you're like you really don't see anything.
Yeah. It's one of those found footage movies. It's whatever. It wasn't like scary or like horrific or anything.
Right.
Other than that one scene that you see a 14-year-old, quote unquote 14-year-old, kind of like in a guillotine with like clamps on her nose and shit, with like, you know, like this and shit. Very weird.
Wait, so she's a 2011 goth chick. I get it now.
No, but she
You
wasn't.
you ever saw Strangeland?
Yes.
Now that was the concept of online talking gone array.
Yeah.
That was also a young girl taken by someone she was talking to and then tortured.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got away, and then he went out looking for her. Because she got him caught. That was traumatizing.
Yeah. No, it's nothing like Strangeland, but it's
That really got me out of chat rooms.
yeah. It's what that movie was. It was for not even a 12-year-old fucking recommending it to me. I was like, okay, That's weird. It's weird because she has like online friends, of course, because she
Right,
has no real like school communications anymore.
right.
So
It's literally all over my social media. So
yeah,
like that
pretty
kind
much.
of makes sense. And they're
Yeah.
saying that it's like scary, and I'm like, every time they say that, I throw a fit because it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not scary. It's not scary. And she saw it. She was like, yeah, this wasn't really scary at all. I was like, yeah,
Right.
I was like, next time you come over, you want to watch some scary shit, we'll watch some scary shit.
We could watch Strangeland, and then after that, Hard Candy. And now you can
Yeah.
know what it's about when
Yeah,
everyone's looking for a missing friend, and when you actually get abducted by a scary man on the internet.
Yeah, and there are tons more scary things to watch than what we just saw. Than what I spent. I'm glad it was only $2 that I was like, okay, fuck it, whatever, I'll spend it, whatever, fine. But
Imagine it was like an $8 rental. I would have been so upset.
right, no, it's $2 for like a fucking, and I get it for like 30 days. I'm like, why do I need it for fucking 30 days? I'm not gonna watch it.
You know what's funny? They do that for movies that suck, and like the movies you want to keep for 30 days are only 24 hours.
Yeah. I'm like, whatever, fuck it.
And I'm like,
thanks, Amazon.
I want to watch Face Off multiple times.
Yeah.
Why am I only seeing it for 24 hours?
Yeah, pretty much. And then I guess the last thing that I watched it today, actually, just before I started recording. I started watching the new season of Animaniacs, or the new series of Animaniacs on the Hulu's. And that shit is fun. It's so fun. I enjoy the shit out of it. I am glad they came back.
Is it the original voice actors?
I believe so. I believe it's all the original voice actors. And it's fucking fun. It's a really fun show. Like, I really like what they did with it.
Good.
Of course, it was filmed it was actually voice recorded and put together a few years ago. Of course,
Yeah.
They do but so much with the times and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But they do have a very fun political satire in it, which is very fun. I like the way they did that.
So it's a little bit. I mean, well, Animaniacs was very adult for being a kid's cartoon.
Oh,
so
it
like
absolutely
now as an adult, I can't wait to watch it and actually like pick up on things.
Yeah,
there's
a lot of cool things. There's a lot of cool things about it.
I saw a clip where they were sitting at the breakfast table, and he was like, "I don't know about you, but pretending to watch this adult news is stressing me out, and I'm not even really watching it."
Yeah.
It was like, "Why are you doing?"
They also touch on the fact that like a lot of the characters from the original show aren't in this one anymore. They're like, what the fuck happened or whatever, and they touch on that, and there's something within like the 5th episode or whatever. They're like, oh yeah, this is what happened with these characters.
Cool. I didn't know it was out already.
Yeah, it came out today.
Okay.
Ta-da! Surprise! But it's really fun. It's a really fun show. I enjoy it, and I'm glad that they put that back out. Very fun stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's dealing with the childrens and doing the online learning shit. That online learning shit is it's not very fun. It's not very fun for the older too. They just like whatever, because a lot of times their teachers don't really pay attention to them, and they're doing whatever they do. And so like they're learning, but they're like on their phones. Not really learning at the same time, because it's like the teacher's just going through a spiel. They're just talking, so like nothing's really like oh yeah, you need to learn this or whatever, and they're doing pretty good with their grades and stuff. So I'm like, okay, whatever, But I have to deal mostly with Harley and her schoolings and stuff, because of course her teachers ask her to do a bunch of shit. They're like, oh yeah, make sure you have glue and you have fucking scissors and you gotta cut this and you gotta cut that, you gotta put this together, you gotta do all this shit. And yeah, it's fun. It's annoying but fun. Yeah, but besides that, yeah, there's nothing really much else. So I guess Franny, it's good, Franny.
My sweater.
Yay, love me tender.
Yes. Still obsessed with Schitt's Creek, and this is a sweater that David Rose wore in like season 2 when they find him on the farm. He's wearing the sweater in the
Amish people, yeah.
The Amish farm. still obsessed with that. I finished my Indigenous Canada class talking about
Oh,
Dan
nice.
Levy. It was very emotional for me, to say the least, because it was a big part of my COVID life. You know, it was 12 weeks, every Sunday, a Zoom class with the two instructors, Paul and I forgot her name, Professor Bear. I forgot her first name. Terrible. Tracy Bear. Yeah, Tracy Bear and Paul and Dan
Not
Levy.
Tracy Lords.
No, Tracy Bear. Indigenous to Canada professor. So that was great. I finished with an A+, and if I have an extra $85, I can get the certificate. I don't, so it's just a personal win for me. And I really, really miss the class because I don't know what to do. When I get like anxious, I can't go, okay, I'm just gonna like take a time out and like read this. You know, I'm gonna go take a time out and watch these videos and educate myself on a different viewpoint, you know, on open up my mind to all these other topics and ideas. I just find myself now going, fuck, what now? And my Sundays are now wide open.
Yeah.
Nothing to do. So I ended up actually doing a video.
Yay.
Yay!
Fantastic. Yes.
It was a fun video. It was a very fun video.
Oh, you guys watched it? Thank you.
I did.
Watching.
Beebs.
Boobs. Space
boobs.
boobs. I was inspired by a tweet by a radical feminist, and it was great. It just felt like so good to be inspired and do a video in 24 hours. I thought about the song while taking a shower.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, look, they're there.
Made that entire video.
Genius.
I'm fucking amazing. And the reaction for me was very impressive because I honestly thought I was gone for so long that nobody would be out there watching. And I got like 70 views in one day. So
for the record, I didn't watch. So.
And you didn't even watch it. So look, 71 right there, Brian, when you go and you watch it.
I didn't say I was going to.
Well, you should.
Womp, womp, womp.
It has to do about boobs.
But Brian, you have to watch it. It's about space beebs.
In space.
Oh my god, that's the new spin-off. Beebs in space.
Yeah, let me get a shirt that says that. Oh, and you know what's the best part? The best part is that my niece watched the video and started singing, "Are you looking at my bibs?" Stop looking at my bibs.
That's hilarious.
That felt really, really good.
Wait till she sings it in her Zoom class.
What else?
I'm pretty sure did you won't appreciate that.
I would still feel good about it and be like, yes, that was me. That was me, you know, behind her. Hi.
I teach her everything.
Please rate, share, and subscribe. I'm sorry.
If you like that song my niece is singing, please subscribe and follow. Thank you.
And then before she goes, space bibs, space bibs.
Also, I'm working on a Thanksgiving video. Steve knows a little bit about this. It has been a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Hulu, I didn't know this. Hulu apparently has this series called Into the Dark, or Dark, or what? No, it's Into the Dark, which is like the short films that they've been putting out.
Not short films. They're full length films, but they are like kind of the what do you call them? The Hulu original films.
Right. I didn't know they were like a series. So there's
a lot of them.
Yeah. Apparently, the movie that I saw is called Pilgrim, and it's episode 2 from season 2. So I didn't know that was a thing, and it was interesting. I have to say, it's like the best Thanksgiving horror movie that is out there. I mean, it wasn't great. It was good, and I'm going to review it, but I can't review it the way I wanted to. I have to do like a short, condensed review because I can't find the movie anywhere. I can't find any clips. I could only find the trailer, so it kind of
you can make clips from the trailer.
Yeah, but there's not a lot. Like, there's certain parts of the movie that I kind of wanted to like pinpoint and talk about that I can't find the clips of that part of the movie, and they're not in the trailer. So I have to get creative with it and kind of like shorten it. I can't nitpick at it like I wanted to and be like, look, this is what I'm talking about. This sucks. This is good, but this isn't good. I can't really like visually do that. So I'm gonna
pictures.
Yeah, screenshots.
Right?
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. You pause the thing, print screen, and then you can clip it and add it to your video while you edit it.
What?
I didn't think about it.
Go me.
Thank you. I didn't think about doing that. I could screenshot it. Well, I'll try. I don't know. Can I do that on Hulu? Can I watch Hulu on my laptop and pause it and screenshot it?
Yeah.
I mean, actually it depends, because let's say, for example, if you're watching certain things on Hulu on your phone, like if you try to take a screenshot, it'll come out black. So you may have to do like the ghetto thing. So you may have to do the ghetto thing, pause it and take a screenshot with your phone, looking at your computer, and then like, you know, try to clip it, just in case if that is the case.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's fun.
It gives you more work to do, more editing skills.
Right off the bat, is becoming very challenging and interesting at the same time.
Yeah, legality issues.
But it feels good to be back doing that stuff. So, you know, I'm just gotta like roll with the punches, as they say. But I am finding it a little bit like frustrating because, you know, Steve could not find the 2 main movies that I wanted to review so badly, and now I have to like wing it and like figure it out. And
I got you.
You know, like, why can't it be simple? I remember when I just have to like put in the movie in YouTube and there was clips galore.
2020.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn you, Rona.
So people just have to deal with me verbally explaining the movie to them. So
the old school way of
picture, if you will.
Right.
Picture
right?
it.
Picture
right?
this.
I don't have a picture, but picture it in your mind.
Crazy pilgrims. But I mean, it's an interesting movie in general. I enjoyed watching it, but then it's also forgettable, you know. And at least with horror movies, I'm getting really frustrated with the fact that like they could leave gaping plot holes and still try to be like, oh, but this is great. It's like no. If anything, it's all right. It's good. It's watchable, but don't overhype it.
Don't think too much about it. Yeah.
You know, don't sell it to be something grand when it's not. You know, like that's just like, as a movie critic, just drives me bananas.
Yeah,
because it's like, fine, you could like it, you could love the movie, but you should also be able to be like,
to enjoy
it's a bad movie, but I enjoy it. You know, like I love Blade 3. It's a bad movie, but Ryan Reynolds is in it, and he looks hot as fuck, and he's getting his ass kicked after he got caught.
With his frost tips.
You know, so it feels good to be back and pick at movies and kind of like people and their little nerves about
Sweet.
them as well. And I started a new puzzle,
Yay,
Beetlejuice puzzle.
puzzles.
Yay, bananas! And like
Not
I
a lot of
mentioned
white space
before,
on that one, huh?
no, just a lot of purples and blues and blacks.
Okay, good.
His suit, his pinstripe suit, is actually harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Is
Putting it together, like still stuck on Beetlejuice's outfit.
Gotcha.
Apparently, pinstripe is just as bad as pure black or pure white.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
I didn't. I was like, this is so easy. This puzzle is gonna be quick. No. I've been working on it for like 2 weeks now, and
Nice.
I'm
Good job.
still on his suits. Yeah. And I am now obsessed in World of 24 with Jack Bauer. And I like the violence. I like the fact that like everyone thinks Jack Bauer is this like sweet family man. No, he will shoot you in the heart and decapitate you if that gets the job done.
Yeah.
For me, that show was all about the plot twist. Like it really, 24 really did keep you on your toes.
All about the violence. Like I actually, you say plot twist, and I'm like, what? In the first season, when you find out that his ex-girlfriend was the bad guy, like, that's the only plot twist that like kind of sticks out to me. For me, it's the violence and just the straight like stress. You know, one minute it's a nuclear bomb, and the next minute it's a fucking COVID disease. You know, like it's a biological terrorist disease threat, and it's just like, oh my god, it all has to be done in 24. It's great. It's great. It's like watching a cooking show. You know, like a baking
shows are fun.
show.
I enjoy cooking shows.
Tensions are high, and that's about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to see you're back on the YouTubes. It was a very fun video.
Thank you.
Yeah. Alex, what's good, dude? How's it going?
Work week, and just listening to random podcasts. So then, you know, it's one of those things where, since I was off for a few weeks for what I said last time, you know, in the last episode, that because of celebrating a certain thing, right? Going back to work after like 2 weeks, right? Those first 2 days really smacked me hard. That it was so much work, and then by the time I got home, I start watching TV, and then TV starts watching me.
Nice. That's always the best.
So,
right?
Yeah, exactly. But then, you know, what sucks is it's like, damn it, that's how you know when you're getting older or whatever. Like, you know, I work, I have fun. And then afterwards or whatever, just, you know, hey, hold on one second.
Yay.
Yeah, sorry. They're having a discussion here at the same time as I'm trying to record.
It's all good.
Yeah, so it's just, you know, I love it. And then I gave the warning before, like, hey, I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to do the podcast.
You know what they're saying. You know what it is they're saying. What they're saying is like, fuck your recording. This is more important than you.
Yeah. No, but the thing is like, you know, like it could be discussed somewhere else while I'm doing something. Just saying. But yeah. But it just seems like
dark.
Yeah. Oh, because I'm Hispanic, racist.
I didn't say hands. I didn't say that got bronzed.
Yeah. But yeah, the first 2 days were just, I didn't expect the work to like just hit me that hard. And then what was it? One day, was it today? It seemed like everything was gonna be okay. Everything was slow, and then at the last minute, more stuff was brought in, you know, to be done. And in my mind, I'm just like, this is what happens when you work in a mail center and it's the week before Thanksgiving. Everyone's trying to push everything out as soon as possible.
Yep. Get it all out of the way.
And mind you, the clients aren't even really. But the clients aren't even there.
Mm-hmm. So they tell their underlings like, yo, like do this for me, do this for me, and they're like, oh no, I don't want to, I want to go home, and they're like, no, you gotta fucking do it.
Dude, when it comes to like originally having an office with like 200 plus people and only like I want to say a fifth of them are there, right? It's just like you see people and you get excited for seconds, like they live. People do like
They're
this.
still alive. Yeah.
Roni didn't take them. But I just like I said, I just find it, that I'm glad that after this week, that I'm on call next week, but I was given the warning, like well, you may have to work 1 or 2 days, just giving you a heads up. And I was like, well, at least if you send me a text message in advance or whatever, I can prepare myself so I can at least go to work.
Right.
If not, like it's just like if they get in contact with me that day or whatever, can't guarantee that I'm gonna wake up at that time that you need me to go to work. They're like, oh, I just woke up and I saw the message.
Pretty much.
Oh, but you're on call. Of course I'm on call. But at the same time, whatever, I'm not looking at my phone 24/7.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't be Jack Bauer and just keep my eye on the time.
Awesome, man. I'm glad to see that you're doing this.
You get Jack Bauer, Alex.
Yeah, the Jack Bauer of everyday work or whatever. It's like, what's gonna happen next?
Everything would be so tense.
No. Yeah, so tense. What's gonna happen next? Spoilers, more work. And then when I'm riding on the train, what's gonna happen next? Someone's gonna ask for money.
Yep.
And then you hear the SVU sound, dum dum.
Oh, did you notice?
So speaking of
my video for the 1 year later, that was the intro to 24.
So speaking of like asking for money, it was one train ride during the middle of the week where an individual was asking, for funds, and the first thing is the dude didn't have a mask, and he's on the train walking around, so everyone is just giving him like the dirtiest of looks, like like if he just spat in someone's cornflakes or whatever, and he's and mind you, he's not doing anything like really wrong per se, but of course you can't be on the train without having a mask.
Right.
But then the other thing is, you're asking. Yeah, exactly. So then the dude's asking, like, saying the whole spiel of like, the classic line of I'm homeless, I have no family, and all this stuff. And then since no one answered, he starts getting mad and starts saying, no one can at least give a fucking quarter, right? And I was just like, in my mind, I was like, there you go, here's the breakdown, right? So, then he starts going like, you guys get to go home to your houses or your apartments while I'm trying to avoid the shelters. And to me, it's just like, I'm not heartless, but at the same time, I'm saying I'm not heartless, but that's exactly what it is. It's just like, everyone has their problem, especially now, like with everything going on, right? Money's tighter than virgin butt cheeks, even more so now, because it's hard to make overtime unless you're like a truly essential worker working in a hospital or something. But so everyone is suffering in some way, shape, or form, right? And to expect that, like, when you ask, it's like, that's not how the world works. If you want something or whatever, actually go out and work for it. I'm just
Don't expect.
I guess maybe I'm just an asshole. Who knows?
Well, no, it's not necessarily being an asshole. It's kind of
exactly.
It's a part of life.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. And then it also depends on, like, you already know, Steve. Like 3 of the 4 here are from the Bronx, so you already know, like, we have like that tough skin and like that thing.
I'll give that to Brian also, because he's also from, like, Staten Island. It's kind of hood up there too, parts of it at least.
Oh, you also forget that I'm also from Brooklyn originally.
Yeah,
so
that too.
Oh yeah, my condolences, Brian. I'm sorry.
Don't disrespect.
No, but I get it. Like my bullshit meter goes off immediately when I see that shit.
yeah,
I remember like 2 years ago there was this guy who was a Marine. Was like, hey, I'm trying to get home to my family in North Carolina, but I need a Metro card. And I'm like,
How
he had
far
no
is Metro
teeth.
Card gonna get you?
Right. He had like no teeth. And like if he was a vet, like, my dad worked for the Department of Veterans Affairs for 35 years. That like he would make sure that you would have the proper dentures, and so like immediately, because at first my hand was in my pocket for money, but then that detector went off, and then when he's like,
You're like bullshit.
yeah, like I was like, I'm sorry, I don't have anything on me, and he's like, well, it's okay, I'll just walk with you to the nearest ATM. I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, so I
no,
can stick you up for your credit card.
yeah, here, take my debt. I don't want it anymore. So I take the red in my bank account.
Yeah. Pull
So-
me into the negative, fucker.
And then like he was like, you're gonna ignore a United States soldier. I'm like, yeah, because you're not one. And I just hopped on my bus.
Yeah.
But then
Be like,
There was
comes out.
there was another guy in Bay Ridge, right?
I bet he wasn't even there either.
Mhm.
So both encounters were Brooklyn. That first one was by work. The other one was this guy. He always like, help me, I'm hungry. Help me, I'm hungry. He always looked like his hair was a mess. He stubble, like he looked homeless, right? And anytime somebody would buy him food, he thanked them, but he looked mad because he wasn't getting money.
Uh-huh.
And then like one day I see this motherfucker come out. He's like, help me, I'm hungry. But then he goes like this. Pulls out a fucking smartphone. I'm like,
Mhm.
that's not a burner phone either. That's not the
It's
7.
It's
That's not the
Obama
7-Eleven special.
It's not a Breaking Bad phone. That's a legit iPhone, my man.
And then like his at one point, like he had a haircut, he had like a fade, and like his collar was popped, and like his turquoise shirt matched his turquoise kicks, and I'm like,
No,
and
buddy,
you're still
no,
out
no,
there
no.
going, help. And then there was another woman who like used to like have a dog outside with her, and
Oh,
This-
those break me the most when I see them out there with their dogs.
someone would buy the dog food. She would later go
Mhm.
back into the Dwayne Reed or the Walgreens with the food and try to return it to get money. And then I also saw her counting change for a bus, and also taking her help me money and buying fucking scratch offs. So
Wow.
Gotta be the
When I-
20, son.
That's why I only help the hippie-looking young kids that are
No,
downtown.
no.
no, those are the worst
No.
offenders.
Those are the worst ones.
Because their parents have money. They're making the choice to be out there.
Yeah.
So because of that,
I'm
I'm not going to give them anything.
I give them money for their dogs.
Those
No.
dogs probably are eating the fanciest
You know-
fucking steak.
Oh my God. I'm going to tell you a story, Franny, from experience.
Here's
So,
the story.
you know those panhandlers from 14th
A lovely
Street? Like, you know,
panhandler.
yeah, the backpackers, as I like to call them, right? Because that's usually what they
Yeah.
are, the backpackers, right? And
Yeah.
I remember when I used to work in the movie theater, and one time they were trying to go, for a matinee, of course, it's the cheapest. So, you could tell, like that they've been on a shoot or whatever, because they had that rough look that they were sleeping outside. So when I told them like the
look
price
creepy
of,
and dusty as fuck, like a pig pen from Charlie Brown.
Mhm.
yes, but half of
Yeah.
it was cigarette butts and 7-Eleven taquitos. I don't know, but whatever. So yeah,
And
But yeah,
sugar
so-
sweat.
they were at, I told them the price of the ticket. This dude pulls out the wallet, and in the wallet And then, like you know how you're there in the box office, so you can see the thing. He's counting like money, 20s in the thing, and I'm just like, oh, like these dudes or whatever, like no, no, no. Like ever since after I saw that, I just kept thinking to myself, like, whenever I see the backpackers, they have money. They just they just don't want to spend their money.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite. Before we move on, my favorite was.
Wait, no, I have one more
and-
recent story that literally happened last night. But you can go, Brian.
All right. So in 2012, Steve knows this. I don't know if Alex, you might have been working there at the time, or it might have been 2013 when you were working at that spot. There was a woman.
Are you talking about the lady that had the child?
Yes. She would always sit outside.
Okay, I know what you're talking about because.
And she would always sit outside with a kid, like an infant. And
oh yeah, I remember.
And so like she'd always sit outside the location. And as security, we had to do a patrol around the building, make sure everything was good. So I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I run patrol? Because I want to stretch my legs." And they're like, "Yeah, sure." And every time I would do that, this one woman was outside begging for money, and I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, by whatever building management, I was like, you cannot be here doing this." And she's like, "But I'm blah, 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 blah." Bullshit. And at one point I said, "Miss, I'm only doing my job," and she literally said, "Me too."
Wow.
Yeah, and then like one person was about
to
give her money.
That's the origin of it. It's the origin of hashtag Me Too.
And at one point, this one person was about to give this con artist money, and this older woman walked by, and she literally went like this to the person giving money. She's like, "Don't do it. They're full of shit." And the person looked like, "Hey," like I'm like, "Hi, you can't do this here." And she's like, "No, these people take kids and they drug them till they're passed out, and they try to beg for money or whatever." And there's a lot more to it. I don't remember, but
it's a whole.
At one point, so I stand at about 5'11". This woman was probably like 5'2". And when the cops came, and they were like, "Hey, you can't be here. This guard's telling you can't be in front of the building." The woman was under me, and if she was homeless, she would not have smelled like she just jumped out of a fucking shower. Okay, like her hair smelled fresh. I get a good way.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Brian,
okay.
I gotta write my report. I smelled the sunrise
person in my life. That's definitely a tale. They've always smelled awful, and but I remember that. I remember actually hearing about that at some point, where like if you saw a homeless person with a child that was like toddler, and the toddler looked like it was asleep and like passed out and incoherent, that you were supposed to like do something. And there was a time where I was working around 42nd Street, and there was a lady there who had a child. And after I saw that happen, I went up to her and was like, "Is your kid okay?" Because the kid was like Sleeping Beauty in her arms. And I was like, "Is your child okay? Do you need help?" And she pretended like she didn't know English. So I went and got to this 42nd Street. So there used to be like tons of cops right outside of the train station. So I went and got one. And they ended up arresting her. And the kid was still like unconscious, being held by the other cop. Because the kid was still like asleep.
42nd and where?
And I walked away. All I did was like I went up the steps and was like, "Hey, there's this homeless lady right down there, and her child doesn't seem to be coherent. And the news told me that wasn't a good thing. So maybe you should go check on her because she's acting like she doesn't know English, and I think her kid needs help."
42nd and where?
When I reached the end of the block and turned around, I saw a cop holding the baby and her getting arrested.
So 42nd and where?
So 42nd in Times Square.
Okay, because the incident that I'm talking about, not that far.
Where you take the shuttle? Where you take the shuttle train?
Okay, all right. So you take the shuttle to Grand Central, which is right about where we worked. So we were 237.
Oh, it was right by Red Lobster. It was like the
we were
Red Lobster
237.
exit.
Yeah, we were 237 Lex
Park.
237 Park 466 Lex, depending on where.
Which direction you wanted to go through?
Yeah.
Which way you wanted to enter, the front or the back?
Right?
It depends on the mood I'm on. It depends on the
So
mood.
yeah,
this building was easy.
that shit was right around that time frame. That shit was huge in that area. So again, I mean, point is, I mean, it's hard not to help, right? If you're a good person, you want to automatically help the next person.
Absolutely.
But these con people, they don't.
It makes it hard to.
It makes it hard. I want to reach out, but like even my wife has been like, hey, and I'm like, why do you get that person money? She's like, what? Because they needed it. But I'm like, no, they're probably just gonna buy the next pair of kicks, and like you don't know, and it makes it
or
really
not even. See, you're making it that much easier to say like, oh yeah, the next pair of kicks, and someone like their next hit, like they're just looking for like.
That's technically what you really normally go for, especially nowadays.
Their next 8-ball or something. Or
I was just trying to be clean about things, but yes, you're right.
Oh, look at you being all
my
censored.
God, this is not YouTube, okay? They're not gonna spank you.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Whatever. We're already been demonetized talking about things in the past couple of weeks or whatever. Anyway, but yeah, so the other extreme that I've seen is like when you have the parent or whatever asking for their kid, and then you find out the kid is actually a doll.
Mm.
And it made me laugh. It's like
know the kid's a doll.
No, I'm talking about like they have they'll have random sounds, and you see a figure and they try to cover it with the carriage or whatever, and then it's just sometimes when they
yeah
I didn't know that.
But then and then the other thing that made me laugh was
as a New Yorker, I like never paid the homeless. I would always pay the street performer. So if you're in the street playing a guitar or a fucking saxophone, especially during Christmas time, I will make it rain on your talent because asking for money is not a skill.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, actually right now, like Franny's saying, I have standards. You're gonna ask for it? No, entertain me.
Dance, monkey, dance. Thank you. But it's good to know about the traveling, white kids, because not being racist is just a fact. They're always blue-eyed, green-eyed, very, very pale, lucid kids with their dogs and their backpacks. I would always give them money,
like I said,
because of their dogs. Because of their dogs, I would feel like,
and that's what they use it for. They use that for mercy, for pity.
I would buy the dog food and not give them a receipt, so they couldn't return it.
There you go.
The people at
they giving you that mean look because they're ready for their dog. No, but you never done you never done the look. Like, let's say for someone asking for money, the first thing you do is like you give like the overall look. So you look at the clothing. If the clothing doesn't look like a little dirty or whatever, and then you're looking down. The telltale right away is if they have nice shoes. It's like, I'm sorry, if you're really that or whatever.
When it comes,
like
this is a stereotype. It totally is, and I accept that. But white people put their sneakers to the ground, so you can't look at their shoes. You have to look at their coats. If their coats have holes in them, and literally everything they have on them does not look washed. That's usually when I give them the money for their dog. Or like the dog. If the dog looks sad, like cold, and but a recent story that I wanted to get to before I forget, so we can move on. Was that me and my sister were at Dunkin' Donuts in the middle of the day, and a dude walks in, stops us like this while we're walking out, and he's like, "Hey, I just got out of Rikers Island, and I'm hungry." And my sister looks at me, and I was like, "Oh my god, that sounds like an awful story. Excuse me." And he was like, "I said I'm hungry. Can you get me something to either eat or drink?" And I said, "No, I'm not working."
Yep.
Excuse me.
You're like, yeah, I'm just as broke as you
And,
are.
and yeah, and it's just like, it goes back to what Alex was saying before, where it's like this whole COVID situation. Don't even look. All the in the neighborhood that always ask, no, not to ask me for money. Because, like, you really want to talk about a sad story, don't come to me and say, "Do you have change?" I'll be like, "Yo, bitch, I don't even have money." And you ask if my change. Like, you want to talk, you want to throw down each other's problems, let's do this. You know, I freak them out, and I'd be like, "Nay, nay, nay, nay." You know, I get, like, really weird because I can't take it. I can't take it. And in my neighborhood, there's like, I don't know, like since COVID, there's like more people asking for change. And it's becoming very uncomfortable because I'm not used to that, you know, in my neighborhood.
Right.
But I know COVID is affecting everybody, so I'm not surprised. But I never had people come up to me in my neighborhood asking for help. I always experienced that in the city. So this is actually the first time I'm experiencing it in my actual neighborhood, and I'm not a fan. It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to be a fan of it. Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason in the city.
I don't think anybody's
going into New York City, going into Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, 42nd Street. It never bothered me when they would ask me for money. It was kind of like, oh, I'm in the city is a thing. But being in my own neighborhood, I don't know. I feel like invaded. Like, oh my god, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know, and it makes.
I don't think anybody's gonna come out of nowhere
kind of for me.
like that.
But
I don't think anybody's gonna come out of nowhere like, you know, I love when they ask me for money. You know.
No, but it's like what I was saying when you kind of disappeared is that when it was happening in Manhattan, it really didn't bother me. I would say no, I'm sorry, I don't have anything, or I would give a little bit that I did have. But since COVID, like in the last couple months, around my neighborhood, the begging has become very like off-putting and slightly anxiety triggering, and I'm not used to it being in my own space, I guess, you know. So that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, awesome.
I love this tangent.
Yeah, it's a good tangent. It's a good tangent.
Guys, I know, like, this is so much fun, and I feel kind of bad because, you know, we kept kind of like going over one another, but it's just like it was like a passionate subject, like, you know,
I heard everyone, so I think it was a good overlap.
Yeah, I mean, we actually did a webcomic about it too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, yes. Because, well, we talked about it in an old episode, whatever. There was a couple that used to walk around with the jar with a picture of their child, allegedly, and they were saying that they had to, collect money so they can bury their child.
Yep.
Right. And then they've been doing this same thing for over 4 years. So yeah, so I remember one time after high school that when I ran into the same people doing the same thing, I even said it. 4 years and you still haven't buried your fucking child? Oh, they left the train.
Fucking great.
That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah. So, thank you, Alex. Thank you guys for your stories of the weeks.
Yay, flashback.
And that leads us to the mid song of the episode. Instead of doing ranker shit, we talked enough, so I figured we just do the mid song, and then we get into some geek shit. So for the mid song, Brian actually picked this song for the week. It's actually an awesome song from an awesome dude. Actually, he's the son of the recently deceased Eddie Van Halen.
The late great.
Yeah. The dude is named
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang
Yeah.
Van Halen.
Yeah.
And
So
the name of the song is fucking. It's pretty good. It's Distance.
it's called Distance. So I saw this pop up on my Twitter feed a lot, and it already became the number one song for the week or whatever in rock and roll on iTunes. I met Wolf back in 2012. He was Mark Tremonti's bassist when Tremonti had his first solo album and his show. And I met him at the Highline Ballroom. And he was humble as fuck. And basically, as someone that lost a father and then lost a father-in-law who treated me like I was his own son, and just listening to the words, really listening to the words for Distance. This song, I think you guys are really going to appreciate. And considering how we used Hot for Teacher on the week that Eddie died, I figure this is fitting. So enjoy Distance.
Oh yeah, it's fucking great. It's a great song, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And we'll be right back.
Go up to her.
Yeah.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you.
Meet me up in the dorm.
We got to clean up above the garage and build a little studio for you and me. Or for you. Bye-bye.
I'm so happy you found a place that's better for you than this rock we're living on. I'm so nervous, don't know my place. A life without you, I'm not ready to move on. No matter what the distance is, I will be with you. No matter what the distance is, you'll be okay. Oh. I'm so tired. Can see your face. A memory of you slowly fades when I go on. I'm still crying. Don't want this place. A world without you. I don't think I'll ever move on. No matter what the distance is, I will be with you. No matter what the distance is, I will be with you. No matter what the distance is, I will be with you. No matter what the distance is, you'll be okay. No matter what the distance is, I will be with you. No matter what the distance is, I will be with you. No matter what the distance is, I will be with you. No matter what the distance is, you'll be okay. Oh, yeah. you'll be okay. No matter what the distance is, you'll be okay. I'm so happy. Found a place.
Oh, such a sad song. Such a
Yeah.
good song. Such a good song.
So he
Yeah, I can't
not
wait.
he wrote it around when Eddie was like really suffering. He played every single instrument on that, and he was the vocals. So he's a one-man band.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I guess that it's kind of called Mammoth WVH.
Well, because Mammoth was going to be Van Halen's original band name.
Oh, okay.
So before they were called Van Halen, they were going to be called Mammoth, and why not use it? Why not be a Van Halen but not take away from your iconic, legendary father? Be your own man.
Yep.
And I mean, honestly, I must have listened to that track like about 40 fucking times.
Yeah, it's
in the last like 3 days. Yeah. You know, and it with everything going on in my life right now, and also like just really thinking about my own father recently a lot. And also Meg's dad, and it's like it really hits home. And as someone again that lost not only a father but a secondary father, I mean, I feel for the kid, and he's so young. He's in his 20s, I think.
Because that video when he was young, it was like in the early 90s, like 91 or whatever, one of the videos.
Yeah, so like losing a dad so young, and people that lose parents, sure, it's a sad thing, but I mean, look at it on his side of things. Not only did he lose a dad, but the world lost a legend.
See, but regardless, it's kind of like at this point, it's kind of like fuck the fact that he was a legend. He was still his dad. Like he doesn't care about him being a legend. It's like
right. No matter what. No matter what went on between the affairs with him cheating on Valerie Bertinelli or whatever, it's the kid lost a dad and he loved his son. And if you listen to the bitter end where he just calls him up, the voicemail was like, "I just want to hear your voice. I just want to I'm proud of you and I love you." And you're just like, fuck, that just cuts it deeper.
It just pulls at your heartstrings.
It does. And I mean, shit.
It's a great fucking song.
Yeah, I mean, this kid's going places. I mean, we're grateful that he dropped his first release, his first ever single, as a tribute to his dad. But apparently, he had one more song come out that was aired on like Howard Stern or something.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know what else he has in store for us, but knowing that he put on a track. Yeah, he's definitely on the right path. The track that we all heard was all him, okay? And whatever else he aired was him. The night my brother and I met him at Tremonti, we asked, first off we were like, "Hey, you're really good, man." And he's like, "Thank you." He's like, we're like, "How long did it take you to learn the album?" Meanwhile, it's like 10 songs, 12 songs. He's like, "Oh yeah, like a day." So it's
that's fucking insane.
The kid learned to play a full album bass wise in a day. So that's amazing. And I'm sad that we lost Eddie, of course. But I'm grateful we have Mammoth, that we have Wolf, that we have the next generation of potential legend
Uh-huh.
in his own, not forgetting about having the Van Halen name in his own.
Yep.
And I think he's proven that.
Absolutely. He's definitely like getting his way in there and driving his own train into stardom, I guess.
Well, as I was trying to say earlier, whatever, like I had to keep the camera on for a bit because the song got me a little emotional. So I was just like, we don't need to see me having the feels right now.
we didn't need Alex gonna go bitch mode. It's all good.
Yeah. So and the whole thing is like when you watch a video and whatever when you're part of the DDC, right?
The Dead Dads Club.
when you're part of the DDC or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like you see the world a little different,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then like
you're right.
And then it's funny how like you notice that after that happens, it's like damn, like I'm a lot like him, in ways.
Yeah.
And it's just like you gotta take it, for what it's worth. For me, I'm proud that I have traits of my father. So
Good.
yeah.
And
then
I
Franny
I think what also really was touching what was really touching about the video itself is the fact that he uses actual home movies.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got to see the dad side to Eddie. Like I mean, being a relatively new dad myself, I mean, my girls turned 7 months today. Yeah, 7 months. And just knowing how they are in tummy time and on their belly and all proud, like just seeing that image where in my case I'm also on the couch. I'm more dressed than Eddie was, but like I'm on the couch and like I'm watching YouTube, I'm surfing Netflix and for bad movies and whatever. I'm playing PS4. But like they'll do something and I'm just like I'll pause whatever I'm watching or playing, jump down to that mat, and next thing you know I'm all about them.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then he's having difficulty getting up.
Right, because my
knees.
I am old, so I'm the oldest one in the room right now.
Yeah, you are.
But technically, whatever, because
I'm the only one in the room who has daddy issues because I cannot relate to any of that love and hug stuff. So
Aww.
I envy you guys.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Brian, don't worry. You may be the season one in the room or whatever, but I'm the one that has all the old people stuff happen to me: torn ACL, meniscus, double hip replacement, broken ankle. So
we're just a mixture of it all. We're just a mixture of it all.
Yeah, exactly. But technically, we can make an awesome cyborg.
Yeah. Well, technically, we make an awesome old person.
Yeah. With our powers combined, we make AARP.
Wait, how am I a part of that? I don't want to be a part of any of that. You can keep that over there. I am not an old person. Ew.
No, you're when it comes to the combination, you're like the youthful one, we still got it somehow.
I'm the cane.
It doesn't help. Everyone, at least in the video, whatever,
I'm the
has
artificial
color.
hip.
I am the hair, so the salt's coming out more and more.
Oh, fun.
But look at Brian or whatever. Brian has light hair, so at least he can hide. He can hide. Me, I can't hide the salt coming out more and more.
Yeah, I don't have any salt coming out anywhere, so it's all good.
Yeah, because the one or two that he has, he hides it in the beard or he plucks it out.
I don't actually. It's all. If it's there, it's there. But I don't hide it. I don't see
he tucks it to the back just to make sure, like, no exposure here.
See, the tucking in is just way too much work. It's just not there.
So I'm actually going to use this joke here. It's probably going to come out like a dad joke, but it's okay because I'm allowed.
It's okay.
So notice
I've done plenty of those all week.
So notice that Steve's wearing a Chevelle shirt also, which kudos. Instead of sending the pain below, he sends the grays below.
Yeah. Oh, so Ariana gave me a good joke over the week. It was a very fun one. So did you hear about that celebrity that got shot the other day? That her name was Reese or something, and you say,
Yeah. Okay.
her name is Reese. You know Reese.
Reese who?
Reese who?
Me too.
Reese Witherspoon. Never mind. It's not Witherspoon. You were supposed to say, "Oh yeah, Reese Witherspoon." Like, no, she got shot. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like Reese who?
Oh, kids.
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious.
It's cute, but depending if you just say Reese Witherspoon, like, I don't get it.
Dude, she's an American icon.
Meanwhile, and also, first off, she's an icon, and her great grandfather is on the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
So, but aside from that, I mean, my kids literally go ma 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 ma, and then the other one is the child from Mando,
Yeah.
I don't know,
just eating babies all the time.
eating baby frogs and like eating baby eggs, but like,
And then you come out of nowhere like, how the fuck did you get a frog?
I mean, so like there was a moment on tonight's episode where the child went and it's like, oh my god, she sounds exactly like Olivia.
Nice.
Or the child sounds exactly like Olivia.
Yeah,
in that same like, and with the arm. Yeah,
we figured that's what we meant.
So
I guess it's time.
Gonna paint the child for a convention.
Yeah,
do the thing.
Paint them green and give them ears.
wait. I for that I'm just gonna like not even say anything. I'm just gonna point like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess it is now time for some geek shit.
Geek shit.
Yeah. And this week we got a plethora of things. I guess the first thing that we can talk about, something that we kind of touches on what we spoke about last week, which was Painkiller getting his own spinoff from Black Lightning, and apparently this the season coming, which is going to be the fourth season, is going to be the final season of Black Lightning, which is sad because it's a really good fucking show.
It's a great fucking show.
Yeah, and I guess being that Painkiller is getting his own spinoff, they're like, oh yeah, what's the point of having technically the same show or whatever?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of sad that show is going away. I'm a huge fan of that show. It's one of those shows that's very I guess not a lot of people watch it because it's kind of focusing on a black character in a way. Like people are like, yeah, no, we don't want to watch that show. It's not
racism.
Yeah, but yeah. So the fact
I'm still waiting for Static Shock. So...
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen anytime soon, unfortunately. And if you really think about
that, I just had to throw that in there because I haven't watched that show. I didn't even know it was like out.
Oh yeah, it's been out for a while.
But I've been following the gossip about Static Shock because he's like, honestly, I love the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been anticipating that, and he's a black superhero character with a white sidekick who looked like my ex-college boyfriend in the animated series. So I'm looking forward to it becoming live action.
Okay. Yeah, so if you really think about it, Black Lightning is like an older version of Static Shock.
Okay.
Yeah, if you really think about it.
I've heard of him. I didn't know about him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I guess the first time that he was actually introduced into the, I guess the Arrowverse was when they did the Crisis. Crossover.
Because it was pretty much its own series for the first 2.5 seasons.
Yeah, pretty much. He was in his own little world.
Like they mentioned Flash or Supergirl or something on like the first season at some point, but they never did anything with it because again, it was just, oh yeah, these exist, but you're your own universe.
And technically, in a way, they did it because it was from a different universe. It wasn't in the same, realm with all the other stuff.
Right. It was back when there were other Earths and not just Earth Prime.
Yeah.
So I'm sad to see it go because even though the seasons always started off really slow, by like episode 4, you're like glued through it.
Yeah.
Of every season. And Cress Williams is just a fantastic actor. He really played the part beautifully. Just watching the kids grow up. Like just seeing their character arcs just really grow. The wife too, and then now I mean, I guess now that Black Lightning's ending, does that mean that James Remar is going to be Harry on Dexter season 9?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Which side note with that show, I read a thing today that it's actually going to be 10 years from 8, so it's going to show you what he's been up to.
Okay, so other than just killing people.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Instead of killing people in Miami, he's killing people in like Oklahoma.
While cutting down trees, because remember he went and joined like this logging community.
Which, instead of maybe a hammer and a face shield, although wear a mask.
I hated the last season.
But I did too. But now think about the concept of like a wood chipper in Dexter.
No.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
I'm sorry, for me personally, what made Dexter sexy and I was gonna say neurotic, but that's not what I meant. Exotic? No.
But anyway, so
hot? What was hot about Dexter and a huge turn on was the fact, at least for me, that he was neurotic. He did it he planned it to the T. He was obsessed to the point of following all these hairy codes. And just having him throw people in a wood chipper and throw them in with the moss while they put in big trees just doesn't get me excited.
Well, the last few seasons were terrible because it was a different showrunner. But
didn't it have to do with writing and the middle of his divorce and all that? I've read something to that effect. I am excited for the new episode because I'm hoping they make up for that shitty last season.
But for James Remar, it's gonna be really that was what he's had such a bizarre career, right? What was
erotic? That was the word I was looking for. Was erotic? Sorry, just
okay.
Okay, but what was that screech?
It was the cats.
That was not me. Steve,
so,
let her go. Release her from the dungeon.
My hands are here.
That wasn't Steve. That was the wood chipper.
yeah, apparently.
No, but so Black Lightning ending is gonna suck because it was such a great show. It took a lot of what's going on in the world today into that show, especially the last season. As for James Remar, he's had such a career of being a character actor over the course of his entire journey in acting. But honestly, for me, his character on Black Lightning is up there with Harry from Dexter. That's why I brought this up. But
he's also like fucking Alfred.
He was kind of Alfred, yeah. He was Black Lightning's Alfred. But the Jeremy Irons version of Alfred, if he went into
Yeah.
like cinema,
Yeah.
well, like he played with tech.
Yeah, he was the badass Alfred.
He was.
Yeah.
You know. Fuck, we're not gonna get Uncle Gamby anymore.
Yeah, it's sad.
It sucks.
It's very sad. Yeah.
I mean, Supergirl ending. I'm like, you know what? It had its run.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna want to take time off because she's a mom now. Or she's about. I don't know if she had the kid yet or she's about to.
She's
But
probably about to. I don't even know.
you know, and Chris Wood, who played the other Kryptonian.
Yeah. Well, not even the Kryptonian. He was from like the planet adjacent to Krypton.
Something like the love interest from like 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
he's
like random pop-ups from time to time.
yeah. So like he's the baby daddy, and like, you get it. Like she is gonna be home, you know, be a mom for a bit until whatever the next role is, or if we need her in another CW verse thing.
Yay, crossover.
Yay.
Yeah.
But like that's different. Like Supergirl had its run, and we can end it now. It's fine.
Yeah.
We don't all have to be supernatural and go 15 fucking seasons.
Yeah, no.
You know, which I cannot wait to cry my eyes out with the finale on that show. It's like that's a show where I didn't watch it. I just didn't care. But then like a few random times an episode would be on in like a hotel or whatever, whenever we'd be up in Syracuse. And like I'm like, oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah. I've watched the first, I'm gonna say like 6 seasons after like the third time they were trying to cancel it and they did it. I was like, okay, yeah, I can't watch this anymore.
And like it got campier than it was, and then it sort of got better.
It can't be better.
And you know, like for that show, I'm caught up. Like I watched the first half of the final season on the Fricks.
Okay.
And like I'm excited to see how it goes toward the end. Because like I guess I've been so invested in like these two brothers and that beautiful fucking car.
That they both get to keep.
Which they both get to keep, yes. So like I'm excited, you know, and what's it like a week after the finale it hits Netflix? And I'm on quarantine still. So,
10 days.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna be in quarantine for another like 80 fucking years.
Or you could just watch it on the CW app.
I don't got time to download apps.
Well, but then again, it also has commercials on there too, so you don't want to do the commercials.
Fuck commercials. So yeah. Point is, it's like
it's sad that Black Lightning is going away.
Black Lightning is ending way too soon.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So
like
especially since not many people have watched it.
It's an underrated show. I knew that from the beginning.
Yeah. It's the most underrated out of all the Arrowverse shows.
And like it doesn't have to be part of the verse. It could just because it wasn't. It was its own show.
But I guess that's also why it wasn't as popular, because it technically wasn't part of the Arrowverse. That's what sucks.
Yeah.
And it was on like a weird ass time slot too. It wasn't even like in the regular time slot as well the other shows.
And shorter seasons.
Yeah.
Like 10 or 12 episodes versus like 16 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually going to kind of like add to what Steve just said. Like, besides the time of where it was playing, it wasn't even advertised that widely for me to even know that it was around.
Yeah.
Until right now. So they didn't even have good publicity to make it actually be watchable in the sense, because I never even seen ads on YouTube for it or on, what else gets commercials?
It was
or like my Roku that has tons of commercials. I never, or my Instagram or Facebook or YouTube.
It was such a good concept of scripts in a poorly lit room, basically. Like,
and that's really sad because I'm all about story and narrative. And if I missed out on this and I'm watching it after it's already completed, I'm a little annoyed. And it's because I didn't hear anything about it. You know, like I'm finding out about it now, and that is not fair.
Yeah, but the good thing about it now. I'm sorry, I'll cut you off. Go ahead, Brian.
No, you first. You first.
Okay. The good thing about it is being that with the way culture is now, people can easily now everybody's like, oh yeah, bring another season, do another season. They could possibly do it that way, but who knows?
No, I know. I'm just saying that is not fair. If this was a really, really good written story plot show and it wasn't given the proper, you know, attention that it should have gotten, that is so messed up, especially the fact that like it shouldn't be that hard now to do commercials on YouTube and Hulu, and like I didn't even see anything on social media about this show on mine. You know, maybe other people's, but I mean, I follow a lot of TV entertainment stuff, so why didn't I, you know, come across it?
Yeah.
So if this show is gone after season 4, I hope it gets a proper write-off.
I hope so too.
But if there's a way to bring him back in something like a crossover, that would be awesome. Or who knows? Like, shows are not fully gone if another network wants to bring it back. Look at Lucifer. Lucifer was boring as fuck the first like 5 or 6 episodes of season 1. But if you sat through it week by week and getting to know the characters and develop a love for them and see how they develop as a whole, as a family, I'm fully caught up on that show, as campy as it got. But that's a show that was on Fox, and after season 3 was gone, and then the whole like Save Lucifer campaign started. And then what happened? Netflix brought it back for one more season,
which left for 2 more.
We have season 5, which is split in half because I want to say COVID. And then it got renewed. There was those talks in the beginning of the year or whatever that Tom Ellis wanted to do one more, and we got a Lucifer season 6 coming in 2022 probably. And that's a show that's going to have its moment to shine and properly be written away. So I hope Black Lightning gets either a proper send off, or if it doesn't, which would suck, I hope
we riot.
We riot. But I hope another network or site takes it and goes, hey, we can work with this. And if everybody wants to work together, do it proper.
Yeah, we can hope.
Yeah.
And then in some other news that's very interesting because, of course, you know, Brian, you are a big fan of the Arrow. There's supposed news that not supposed news. Well, yeah, I guess alleged news that the Green Arrow will be reintroduced into the HBO verse or whatever that's happening now. And from what it seems, is they're gonna reintroduce a new Green Arrow into the Peacemaker series that's coming out for HBO Max, which essentially is part of Suicide Squad 2.
Right. That's the character. Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting for them to actually introduce a new version of the Green Arrow, especially being that, you know, we've had Oliver Queen as, you know, the bootleg Batman in a way on Arrow. and seeing the character actually being more like the comic book version of him, according to what they've been saying, is that he's going to be more of a comic version of the Green Arrow instead of what we've had in the Arrowverse.
Oh, so we're not gonna have Green Batman. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. I kind of want to see what's gonna happen, especially being that they're saying that it's not gonna have anything to do with Stephen Amell anymore. It's kind of sad because, of course, he was pretty good at it.
Despite him wanting to work and has the idea to come back for season 9, but that's his idea. But
Yeah.
we won't. Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently it's gonna have the whole James Gunn spin to everything.
Of course.
Being that he's gonna be the main dude behind the Peacemaker show himself. So
Mhm.
it's gonna be interesting to see what they're gonna pull off with this and see what they're gonna do with the Green Arrow, especially if they're gonna wind up spinning off after that as well. Also noticing the fact that they are still doing the Green Arrow and the Canaries on the CW as well. Kind of interesting what's going to wind up happening with all that shit. If that's actually going to become the whole thing, other than just a minor role in the Peacemaker show. So I kind of want to see what's going to happen with that. But we will see. We will see. That's not going to come out till probably like late next year, if that. So we'll see. Then also, some shit that came out that's pretty fucking interesting is that we've all been wondering when the fuck DC is gonna actually release Wonder Woman 1984, and we finally got the news.
Never.
No, it's actually happening. It's actually happening. It's happening on Christmas Day.
Okay, I'll believe it when it's actually up because that's what they said the first time they said they were releasing it.
It's
And then
gonna be on Christmas.
again.
It's gonna be on Christmas Day, and it's gonna be both on HBO Max and in theaters.
Have fun catching COVID on Christmas Day, everyone who goes. Yay!
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting.
And I just like the first one, I probably won't watch this one because I don't like Wonder Woman.
It's okay. It's okay, Brian. It's okay.
Yeah, there's a. I mean, I was kind of like with the Snyder Cut trailer too. I was kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I was excited at first for the Snyder Cut.
Like Steppenwolf looks better, but it's like the.
Stop putting out more images of stuff that I want to see. Just fucking put it out. I don't want to see just images, especially also saying that like there was news that it's only going to be 4 minutes of new footage or 4 minutes of shit that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Why make it a whole fucking big deal, especially being that they're extending it to fucking 4 hours long?
You know why? I have a theory. Because literally a good amount of the world are walking Goombas. And they have no problems just like rocking back and forth and watching such things.
Wait,
Hey, that was a fun walk. Though.
Oh, it'd be even better if they were the Goombas from the Mario movie.
Yeah,
that's what I said rocking back and forth. Remember, he just had to like take their hips.
Which one has the harmonica?
Trump.
Wow. See, you just ruined it.
I insulted Goombas. I'm sorry, I saw the goal and I had a kick.
I guess.
What's your name? Luigi Mario, and your brother Mario. Like,
Mario.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? I tried to show half of that movie to my niece, and she looked right at me, and she was like, "Titi, that is not Mario."
Why is his cousin Colombian?
At all. She walked out. She looked at me like I was crazy.
She was like, "Why does his cousin look like he's from the Bronx?"
Nah, she really wanted to know why they were so tall.
Yeah.
And not Italian.
Yeah.
I I love
But,
that movie. I don't care. I think it was like really great and creative for what
I
it
agree.
was. Literally, Mario is a dude who got sucked into plumbing.
All right.
Yes,
Yeah,
Nick
perfect.
So in the
Michael,
in the 90s, so as fans of video games, we all got this, but these motherfuckers got Sonic, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like Sonic looks so, and that was such a good movie too.
It was.
Well, actually, dude, the makeup for Mario Brothers is we did get Mortal Kombat, but looking at
but
it
then
now,
we got all the other versions of Mortal Kombat.
it doesn't
too.
really hold up. But at least Mortal Kombat, the first one, not
the
Annihilation.
other
We forget
ones
about that
do
one.
not
Hey,
exist.
but
No, no,
Mortal
no, no, no.
Kombat.
Okay? They never
we don't
happened.
we don't talk about Annihilation. No, there was one Mortal Kombat movie. That was it.
And that is the one. That is the true. The rest are phonies.
Where
Because
Raiden
we don't want-
where Raiden was played by Highlander, Christopher
Yeah.
Lambert.
Yes.
Not that other movie where it was that weird Billy Idol
Yeah,
style, and that was
he
all.
got the haircut. Hey, Raiden, you look different. I got a haircut. Oh, okay.
Wait. And I'm gonna take it back. That Raiden was James Remar.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was.
Took it back.
Yeah, you did.
Did you just say James Reamer?
Yeah.
James
You know how
Remar.
the movie was gonna be awful the moment they killed Johnny Cage.
Oh, within like the first 30 seconds of a movie.
Yep. I walked out of that theater and I think I was only like 12. Like,
It's
And-
kind of funny. I can see Franny like right now. She sees that part. She puts her hands up and goes,
So, Raiden, Sonya, and Cage were 3 different actors. So yeah, I mean, think about it. It was Lambert to James Remar, Lyndon Ashby to whoever the fuck else, and Bridget Wilson to whoever the fuck else.
I give you so much props for remembering those people's names.
Thank you. Just because I'm
I-
old doesn't mean I don't have.
"We got to take pride in God loves movies."
I'm terrible with names, okay? I just know they were not the original cast and they were not worth watching.
That's fair.
You know what I always
Even
wondered?
on cocaine.
Like when they made the first Mortal Kombat movie, how come you just didn't get the actors that played them in the video game?
Because they're all probably.
I don't
dead by
know.
then.
Maybe they didn't look like their characters because I know they tried to make an Archer live action, but Benjamin what's his face who plays Archer does not look like Archer.
Oh, H.
Sean Benjamin. So what? You
Yeah,
CGI
Benjamin
him.
Van.
You give him the motion captures. They look like Sterling Archer.
Put his face in green paint and just CGI his face.
No, I'm saying you do all the with the dots that they have in movies when they try to do the motion capture.
That'd be too
He's
much.
the only one with a cartoon face.
Oh man, that'd be hilarious! I want to see that movie now. Everybody live action. but
You know what's
Benjamin
funny
is
though?
a
The funny thing is that he actually looks like Bob's Burgers instead of Archer.
Yeah, except more we're more
That is
salt and
so
pepper.
sad. That is so sad. Because if I had to pick, I would want to look like Archer and not Bob.
It's kind of funny. Don't worry. If anything, a lot of us could just look forward to looking like Coach McGurk.
Yeah, basically. All right, so Wonder Woman coming out on Christmas, so that's gonna be
Maybe.
interesting.
We'll see.
No,
Not holding
maybe.
it-
Well,
might
you know
die.
maybe.
what I actually would commend though when it comes to that is that at least HBO Max is going to offer it as part of their thing versus how Disney Plus,
Did the
decided we're
$31
gonna have
or
a pod.
whatever,
Yeah, give me $30 and you can watch
and
it.
then it's
Unless-
still up
unless-
to $31 on there.
Yeah.
They haven't
No, but
taken
we're-
off the price.
Yeah, well, apparently that's supposed to go around, and of all things, I think it's supposed to get off on December too, around Christmas here. You can have this for free, even though you probably saw it in the Sticks of Fire, allegedly.
I didn't even bother with that.
Actually, the live action thing wasn't bad. I mean, it's not the cartoon, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, there's no Mushu, so it don't matter.
I have a unhealthy relationship with Disney. I have no comment, for I will rage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
as Franny said it nicely in the past, it's like an abusive relationship where she just can't quit the person.
Yeah.
Extremely toxic.
which leads us to a very 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 awesome relationship that we, of course, speaking about Disney, we got news that they're going through with Deadpool 3.
Yay!
With new writers.
Yes, the writers are writers that we just spoke about, and the writers for Bob's Burgers.
Oh, okay.
So,
I didn't know who the new writers were.
Yeah.
So
this is gonna be fucking cool. I am excited for this. Of course, we still get Ryan Reynolds. Your homie's gonna be in it.
No, she has to say it. She has to say it.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
It's been so long. It's been so long.
I wish I had gin. I'm no more gin. Please have me gin.
And we can't even do Dear Ellen anymore because that's done.
Yeah. But it's very exciting to see that Disney's actually going to be rolling through with Deadpool 3, and that they got decent writers to actually do it, and that's fucking cool. I'm super excited for it. I want to see this happen, and unfortunately we won't be getting it for like another couple of years, and that's sad. But it's good that it's actually going to be coming into fruition.
It gives you something to
I'm
kind of look
still
forward
very,
to.
very nervous. I don't trust Disney. So we'll see.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna try to keep my comments to myself at this point because it's literally just me being terrified because everything else they've done hasn't been that great. So I'm just the moment they start saying studios interfering with debt, I'm gonna be all over it. But until then, I'm just gonna stay quiet. Because I want it, but I want it to be genuine. I want it to be what I fell in love with to begin with, and that's asking a lot. Now, I want a hard R with like Ryan Reynolds all over it.
It was the hard R.
Ryan Reynolds. But
Yeah.
I also wanted to like continue the story that he was kind of already going with, so like I'm holding my breath. I am holding my breath for this particular project because it's a lot for me as a fan. If it bombs, I'm going to come down hard on it like I did with Star Wars. I'm not going to take any hostages, headshots all day. But we'll see. I'm excited and scared.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, like the
Like a lot of
question
us
is it's still gonna be Fox, right? That's gonna pull it out.
It's Disney.
Fox is bought by Disney. There is no Fox.
No, but I'm just saying. But so there's no. But what I'm saying isn't there studio 20th Century Fox is still a studio, but it's still a subsidiary of Disney. So
it's just 20th century. It's not 20th Century Fox anymore.
No, they killed Fox. They literally changed the logo and everything. Fox doesn't. Yeah, it's only 20th Century Disney or something now. It's not Fox.
It's just 20th Century by itself.
Okay.
Okay. It's funny. 20th Century, and then it's like you just see something just running around that someone stole the Fox.
Yeah, basically. Swiping, no swiping.
It went from a fox to a mouse.
Swiping, no swiping. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm kind of excited for that. I want to see that. Then some other shit, that wasn't expecting to see. Because of course, Disney bought out a bunch of shit, including Fox stuff. And we got news that Disney, which owns Fox, like I said, is going through a 5th Predator movie.
I stopped after Predators, the one on the planet.
Right. According to for what I read, this is supposed to be the next one after going on within the same, I guess, original universe, not like, the spin-offs or whatever the fuck. I don't know. But the cool thing is that it's actually going to be done by the dude that did Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is kind of cool.
I didn't see that movie.
It's actually not bad.
I saw the Paradox, Cloverfield Paradox.
I did not see that one.
Ah, I did not see the one in the bunker.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I am the original Predator fan. I like Predator 1 and Predator 2. And I don't understand why they went full retard when they have a real great basis for a story arc. I was hoping that when Disney bought it, first they said they were going to not do it. I remember when they first bought Fox, they were like going to put Aliens and Predator in a vault. And hearing that they're bringing it up again, I was kind of hoping when the rumors first kind of bubbled up that they were working on Predator, I was hoping that they were going to crap all the stuff that was done and kind of like pick up from like Predator 2 and or just like pick up from Predator 1 and bounce off of the comic books and like do a better job than they did with the last Predator when we were on the planet. And I was kind of like excited that they were going to get into Predator, but to hear like they're not doing none of the above, they're literally picking up from the last movie.
Yeah. From
what I kind of read, really kind of makes me go, I want to throw up in my mouth and cry a little bit because Predator is so dead.
But what it could be is they could just be revamping it just a little bit.
It doesn't need a little vamping. It needs multiple vamps to fix the foundation of Predator.
But so you're saying that they need to pimp the ride of Predator?
We'll see, because if they do a terrible job, that just gives me an amazing video to do at this point. But as a fan, it breaks my heart because I really wanted them to bring Predator back to its epicness.
Oh, now I'm waiting for the video, Franny, because I'm just picturing if they introduce female predators, so you could do a second video of space boobs.
You know what's so funny? Talking about predator boobs, I wanted a female predator tattooed to my arm, and then the movies continued on going, and I was like, I don't think I want to be associated with all of that.
Your continuation is making me second guess my tattoo decisions.
Yes. And she was beautiful. She was a beautiful predator. But
until the mask comes off.
I didn't like the movies, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to explain my tattoo and be like, has nothing to do with all of that. It's different. So.
It has nothing to do with the planet. It has nothing to do with the planet.
Right. It's the comic books, bitch. Read the comic books. So I don't know. Again, it's another 2020 kind of feeling. It could go either way. It could go complete shit show, or they could actually do a good job. But
let's
as a
watch
fan,
this mess commence.
As a fan, I'm kind of terrified that they're not saying that they're like revamping it or starting from the first one.
Listen, I love the first Predator movie with Schwarzenegger. Right?
Oh, yeah,
the second one was a good movie too. But my complaint is, how is it that fucking buff ass, fucking Commando Arnold Schwarzenegger barely scraped by, and Danny Glover,
he's too old for this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I liked about it. I like the fact that each Predator was different. So the Predator that the Terminator got was a badass. The Predator that
was a Predator in training.
Was a noob. He was a noob. You know,
he was a Predator in training. I think I can do it like my daddy.
Yeah, they're like, look, you let this guy get on the ship, like you're the wackest fucking predator. When we leave this fucking planet, we're gonna beat the shit out of you.
Here,
and like, you actually got to see that there was a different there was different levels of predators. They all had their own personality. It just wasn't, not all of them were A predators. Like the one that was able to take on Schwarzenegger, like they were, and it was just like so, ooh, like they should have expanded on that, but instead, so we'll see.
What I still love is at the end when they gave him the old timey gun. Like to me, I took it as here, take this primitive shit, get the fuck out of our ship now.
I saw it as they looked around. It was like, what prize?
Let's
like,
give him something
feel
good.
good.
Well, he deserves something. Nah, we're not giving him the cool alien skull. No, we're not giving him that.
No. Kind of lame. Bob, he's lucky he got Bob, because if he got Bill would have killed him, but he got Bob. So.
Damn it, Bob! You had to do it again, huh? That's why you're dead. That's why you took that L, son.
Yeah.
I didn't even bother watching the last Predator movie.
Wait,
I was kind of already done.
Is that the one where they had him in the lab?
Artistic kid?
With the group of crazy. Is that the one with fucking was it
with Keegan Michael?
Yeah. Okay. I seen bits and pieces of that.
That was supposed to be like a remake of it.
Yeah, well, as I was watching it, I saw like clips of it because it was playing in the background of my brother's house, and I was just like, as I'm looking at it, nope.
It was okay. Yeah.
Is it a time killer?
Yeah. It's a time killer.
It's a brain killer. You might lose a couple brain cells.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, I can see right now. I'm gonna call Steve like, yeah, but the Predator. And then like my brain comes back like with the reset. I'm not gonna do this to myself again, Steve.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then
it was like I started making those Schwarzenegger little recall sounds.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah. And then some other news. We finally got some interesting news coming out of the Amazons. Got news that Coming to America will be out in March on Amazon Prime. And this is very exciting because, of course, I'm a huge fan of the original Coming to America.
I love that movie.
Me too. I love that movie too.
Yeah. And the fact that they just changed the name of it just slightly by adding the number 2 to Coming to America. It's kind of cool. Kind of like it. kind of lame, but it's kind of, I guess it's worth it.
It's the lane that we need right now.
Yeah.
I hope it's the raunchiness that we need right now too. I'm really hoping for old school Eddie Murphy humor.
And obviously not his mom because the actress died in the 90s, but like every actor and actress is back from the original film.
So we got Sam,
except confirmation about Eric LaSalle. We don't know if his soul's gonna glow into.
Probably not.
I kind of hope they reference him though.
Well, he'll probably come out, but without the curls.
Or he'll have that part missing.
Oh my god! I hope he still has the Jerry curls.
No, he'll come out with the ER with the scrubs and shit. Being that he was an ER for like 18 years.
What's gonna happen is that guy's gonna be working at McDonald's with fucking Louis Anderson's character as the manager.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I need Eddie Murphy back in my life. Like, I need it.
Yeah, it looks fun. I'm excited for it. Like, this is like the thing that's basically been like on my mind. I'm like, did they actually film it? It's pretty much done already since they already got like a release date for it. I'm like, okay. Fair
And it's
enough.
on Amazon,
It's gonna
and
be
I am Amazon. I am all over that.
yeah, it is going to be on Amazon in March. So that is very fucking fun. I'm excited.
I know what I'm doing in March.
Yeah. Watching that.
Yes,
thought Franny-
multiple times.
I thought Franny was gonna say, I know what I'll be doing in March. I was like, what is that, Franny? Preparing for my birthday in April.
It's gonna be 2021. I'm probably doing it in isolation again.
Yeah.
All by myself.
Like even with the vaccine, it's like I'm gonna let the first runners go, see what happens. Kind of like how everyone's letting the other people test the PS5s and the Xboxes. Like, you know, go ahead, work the kinks out of it. I'll wait for the second round.
Isolation birthdays. Gotta love that.
Oh,
I
dude, remember?
I
Yeah,
don't. I'm a
yeah, we got hit.
strong
I got hit
I'm
with
a
that early.
strong advocate for birthday sex. Okay, so isolation birthdays is a fail. I don't enjoy this at all. No.
Dear Ellen.
It's a personal problem.
And the last piece of news that's very exciting, it's very fun, is that HBO has ordered a whole series for The Last of Us. The video game The Last of Us that came out a couple years ago. That was like a huge sensation in the video gaming world, and people were like, "Oh yeah, this should be a fucking TV series." It's a very interesting show. It's a very interesting game, and there is now a whole series coming to HBO based on this game, and that is very exciting. Have you guys played The Last of Us?
I've watched my brother play it, and it is a pretty awesome game.
Yeah. It is a very fun game. It's kind of post-apocalyptic stuff, and this girl pretty much out there trying to live. And,
Aren't there zombies?
yes.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very interesting little take on that, thing that's been happening as of late.
Steve, you're gonna laugh at me. So I have that game for the PS3. I never played it, so it's not bad.
You are very like
I'm
to-do
a-
listers.
I'm a weird gamer, dude. It's like saying we talked about this already. That I have a PS4 that I still haven't opened in quite a while, around 2.5, 3 years, and because I've been playing the Switch.
See, that's what I don't understand. Like, why spend the money on things if you're not gonna play?
Oh no, the four was a gift.
No, but still, like buying all the games and buying all the things for things, and then you're like, oh yeah, I'll play them eventually.
Well, yeah, well.
When you can just.
Many games, so little time.
Yeah, exactly. Like gaming is like a different thing, man. Like it's an entity of its own, and especially like depending on the type of gamer that you are, like like I myself, I don't like switching from games to games like that. Only depending on my mood, because I can go from Super Smash to Mortal Kombat, then going back to play Pokemon. So
see, but Super Smash to Mortal Kombat is pretty much the exact same thing. You're still fighting. It's still a fighting game.
Yeah.
So there's no real difference there, other than the fact that it's different types of characters, but you're still doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. I get it. But it's like saying, I know I mentioned this in the past in the podcast, if I'm correct, but when I got the Deadpool game, right? I really got into it, but then his banter was so repetitive, I just stopped playing it because it got annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to continue playing it, but it was just like the soundtrack, the voiceover soundtrack was the same. So it got tiring after a while playing it. So
you got to think about it too. Like there's only so many words that the dude's gonna want to say. He can only say so many things.
It was kind of funny because I kept thinking, please offer a DLC with more voiceover work, like say at least have that.
The Merc with the mouth got boring.
Yeah.
Like and that's kind of why I quit Avengers, and that's a new game, right? It came out this year. Like 90% of that game was repetitive. A lot of it was where your team goes to a mission which is almost in the same style of a previous mission where Jarvis is like, Avengers, I need to hack into AIM's database, so you need to protect it. It's like, how many fucking times can I play this fucking mission? Meanwhile, it's like the same mission, but it's different throughout the story. You know, it's like you need to
expand it
feel
a little bit.
Yeah, like you're like here, and you think you're gonna go here, but you're still here.
I
And it's
felt
like,
the same way with the Reservoir Dogs. Do you remember when this is like mad old? The Reservoir Dogs, the movie, ended up coming up with a game.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a game for that.
Yeah, the game for that. And it was the same thing. Every single heist was pretty much the same heist, to the point where by the fourth heist, I was like, this is not like Grand Theft Auto at all. And I got like very, very, very upset. And you could not be Mr. Orange. So on top of the fact that every single heist was the same, you were fucking Mr. Orange the entire time.
But I want to be Mr. Pink.
I did. I wanted to be the fucking professional. I love Mr. Pink. And I gave up. I gave up by the fourth heist, and I was just like, I'm done with mob game. I was like, this is not what I paid for, and I couldn't return it. So.
Yeah. One thing I hate about the games nowadays is like, oh yeah, we're going on a mission, right? And then you're like, oh yeah, the mission is going. Then you're like, oh yeah, you meet somebody, and they're like, oh yeah, I'll give you this, but you have to do something for me. And what I'm noticing now is that that's happening with a lot of fucking TV shows as well.
Yeah.
Like, why are you guys being so lazy and taking all these fucking stories from these things again?
Because they were lazy from the beginning, and I have been demanding a purge since last year.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna get worse.
Lazy, right?
I have some good news, Steve. If you're out of news, I have some.
Sure. What you got?
Number one, Short Circuit, a beloved childhood movie
We
of
spoke about that last week.
Oh, Fallen Victim 2 remake. Okay, did you talk about Beetlejuice?
No, we did not.
Okay, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice 2 has finally been okayed, and Michael Keaton and Miss Ryder are already on board. There are talks of other celebrities that want to get into this movie. I'm not going to drop their names right now because they haven't been added, but there is a lot of A-listers who are trying to get on the roster for Beetlejuice 2. But our boy Tim Burton already has an idea of what he wants to do, since it's been a very long-awaited part 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited because I feel like he's been waiting this long, that and it's Tim Burton, classic Tim Burton. So I feel like part 2 is really going to be like very juicy and connect to part 1. So I'm very, very, very excited that 1, it's finally in the works. It's been green lighted. Everything has been stamped and approved in terms of the screenplay, and the 2 main characters right now are Lydia and Beetlejuice. And the fact that so many other A-listers are like, "Ooh, me," not even knowing yet what it's about, makes me even more excited, because that means we might actually have like an A-star cast to a long-awaited epic Tim Burton Beetlejuice movie.
Right. You can hope.
Yes. That's it. That's all I got. I'm super excited for that. That was like the highlight of like my week.
Nice. Very cool. Is that the only?
That was it. You already
Okay.
said you mentioned Short
Yeah, we
Circuit.
did Short Circuit last week.
That was it.
Oh,
That's
Steve,
all
did
I
you hear
had.
about the Short
And,
Circuit reboot?
yeah, not looking forward to that, but I am excited for Beetlejuice. So
Yeah, I don't think I think we all fall under the same boat as we're not very excited for it.
Yeah, I don't think it's not. You can't do this. It's no, you just can't. It's not gonna be.
It's just not
the same.
necessary.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be the same. It's just not.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have a real robot. You're literally gonna CGI him probably. Like I don't have time for that. I'm good.
Yeah, no need for it. Whatever. But yeah,
Beetlejuice too, everybody.
yeah, Beetlejuice. Yeah, I'm excited for Beetlejuice. Was always a fan of it. Even I was a huge fan of the cartoon too. I used to love that.
Oh, the cartoon was fantastic.
And the Broadway show was pretty awesome as well. Oh, and did you guys talk about? I just thought about it. That you said cartoon Addams Family. Did you mention?
Yes.
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
I'm excited. I'm excited about that.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Very exciting. Very exciting times.
Not really, but kind of, sort of, just a little bit.
Well, it's tough to make things a little bit better. That makes it a little bit better. Yeah.
Very slightly better.
Yeah, and that pretty much wraps it up for this week. Unless Alex, you have anything? Brian, you have anything?
No, that's it. I mean, yeah. Beetlejuice.
You good, Brian?
It was funny. I forgot to mention a story about when like what was I up to during the week. So this is it's real quick. So I got an official email from like I have my own official email for the company I'm contracted to, but the thing that's messed up is they misspelled my last name. They added an extra letter. So I was just like, it made me laugh because my supervisor goes, I don't think that's that big of a deal, is it? It was like, well,
yeah, we'll get
it
paid.
kind of is. It's not really my last name. Like, he was like, well, it's still your last name. Yeah, but with an extra letter. So that's not really me.
Yeah, it's not you. You can't get paid.
No. Well, the thing is, I mean, understand, but with the company email, like, since I have that now, I just felt like, oh my God, it's official now. Because I remember when we were in the old site, when I got my email from that site, you remember how I felt like such a big wig, like, oh my God, I have a, and then I have a blank email. So I can kind of impress people, like, so you can get me at Alex last name at at blank.com. It was like, wait, you worked it? Yes, I do.
At thiscompany.com. Yeah.
Yeah. At insert company name here.com.
Yeah. Well, cool. I'm glad they figured it out, and it kind of sucks that they gave you the wrong name.
Yeah. So right now it was funny because I had to send my higher ups like the notification that the email's activated, and what I did was at the end I actually put my have a great weekend, and I put my name spelled out correctly so it could be like oh, we messed up.
And hopefully they figure that shit out.
Oh no. So what I did was I already put in the ticket number or whatever, for them to update it. So I'm just waiting for them to give me the heads up, oh, we changed it for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now I know I'm officially me.
Yay.
I'm living a lie. Maybe they know something I don't know.
Pretty much. Yeah, so that's it for this week. Go to InnerCityGeeks.net, or you have a whole bunch of sometimes.
I'm mad you have to think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Go to what's the site again?
Yeah, it's later than usual. So go to InnerCityGeeks.net. We have a whole bunch of stuff. We got this show. We have Friday the Film Snob that actually dropped Fanny the Fangirl stuff. So she dropped the space boobs, the boobs in space. Friday the Fangirl show on the Instagrams and stuff. Bride to J Presents, the InnerCityGeeks webcomic, Comics Global, Manga Time, Anime World, Turntable, ICGPW Slamcast, Good Games, so much fucking shit. So much shit. Go check it out. InnerCityGeeks.net. Then we have links towards the bottom of the page where you can watch, not just watch, but you got links to places that you can go get some cool shit. You get Amazon, you get some Amazon Prime for free the first month. Go do that. So, or you could actually wait until Coming to America comes out, and then you can watch that on there. What else? Beard Octane, get some beardy shit. Type in ICD10 at checkout for 10% off your entire purchase. Then we also have So Sick Clothing Company, where you can do all your geeky clothing needs. You got shirts, hats, hoodies. So much cool shit on there. You can buy all that stuff on there. So it's sosickclothing.co. And you get 15% off when you type in InnerCityGeeks at checkout. So go do that. And then we also have what am I missing? CBDMD. There we go. Get some cool CBD shit there. At decent prices because they're not that bad. They're not too expensive for shit. So go do that. It's pretty cool shit. And yeah, go get all of that shit on InnerCityGeeks.net. Then you can find us on SoundCloud, on Stitcher Radio, on Google Podcast, and on motherfucking Spotify. Yes. Then you can also find the show on the socials. So you can find us on Facebook, so facyspace.com/InnerCityGeeks, on the Twitter at InnerCityGeeks, on Instagram at InnerCityGeeks. And where can we find you guys? Brian?
You can find me sitting in this chair, passing out from exhaustion.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay, Dad.
Yay, Dad. You can find me on Twitter at BRI_2J. Instagram, Bri2J Presents. And of course, you can check out the YouTube channel, Bri2J Presents. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. New content coming soon.
Yay.
And of course, go to Bri2JPresents.com where there's stuff.
Yay, stuff. Franny.
Oh, okay. You can find me on Franny the Fangirl on YouTube. My videos are back in motion. I'm putting out something for Thanksgiving, so keep an eye out. And yes, share, like, and subscribe. Check out my boobs in space video if you have not seen it yet. You can also find me on Franny_the Fangirl on Instagram, where I do short written movie reviews. And also you can find me on here on Inner City Geeks with It's Popping with Franny the Fangirl. Me and Steve need to regroup and move forward because I do have ideas been awaiting. But life and things, so don't worry, that'll be back up and running.
Yes.
So that's exciting to be organized in some section of my life. So yes, that's where you guys can find me. And please comment. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm bored.
Yay, bored. Alex, what about you, sir?
You can find me on Twitter at Denied, DINYED, and on Instagram at Denied, DIN_Y_ED.
Sweet. And you can find me on the Twitters and the Instagram at Mr. Jackal, MisterJackal. And then also you can find me on my other show that's not InnerCityGeeks related.
The Beards! I actually watched the first episode. I liked it. It was fun.
And that's Bearded Sessions. So go check that out. It is now on Spotify and a few other places that you can listen to it. So go check that out.
It's Sexy Man and Beards, guys. Sexy Man and Beards. Talking about beards and man
Yeah.
stuff. I
Yeah.
liked it. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. So go check all that shit out. And that pretty much wraps it up for this week. So Brian had to go because his headphones died. So he said bye. So you guys say goodbyes.
Later. Make good choices, guys. Survival starts.
I'll say this, Brian. Goodbye, you guys.
Alex.
Until next time, folks.
Yes. Until next time. Also,
I already kind of said it. Until next time, folks.
yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. You want me to say it like Brian? Goodbye, you guys.
No, you don't gotta do all that. But like I always say, I thank you guys for listening. You guys are awesome. You guys make it easier for me to actually enjoy time. It's always fun to be on here. It's always fun to have conversations with you guys.
Yes, ditto.
You're welcome.
So, yeah.
That dark abyss gets lonely.
Yeah, and
Self-isolation's a motherfucker.
Motherfucking right, yes. So as I always do at the end of the episode, I always play some music.
Yay.
And this week is something a little bit different. I was listening to my Spotify's and I got some random shit that I've never heard before. It's from this dude called Daniel Tompkins. And it's some cool shit. Like I really enjoyed it. It's a very good song. It's a very, very fun song. Lots of instrumentals, very cool shit. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. So I'm assuming you guys will enjoy it as well. So the name is it's Daniel Tompkins, and the name of the song is Ruins, and it's fucking dope. I like it a lot. So I think you guys would enjoy it too. So with that said, don't be a dick, but always remember that the geeks shall inherit the earth. Puppies.
Castles don't survive through kings and teat hearts. With your hand in mine, we conquered it all. Breathing ash and flame, our hands we will bind. Crested no man came to serve single hand. Oh, me a stabbing, unwinding. Somehow I'm certain, no questions, no lying. You shan't be so frightened. My hand you are carried, softly reminded it's fate that's behind. A kingdom awaits you, a master obeys you. Be still and be quiet, your heart will not silence. I nurture your touch and your tongue and your violence. Your tender, my firmness, my fire, my kindness. A taste of your softness, I fill you with wanting. A comfort, a warmth of the love ever growing. We're tearing away the resistance we scatter. The fear of unknowing, we shut out.